Hey, you guys. So I realized I have to do it from my app. So it is what it is. You can't do it from a desktop. I had to figure that out. Tiffany, let me see if you hop on here with me. I'm also on the desktop just so I can manage questions while we're talking as well. If you see the invitation where I invited you to join. So there's Tiffany. Okay, so it says I'm adding you.
We made it.
Girl, listen, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And yesterday I was listening to this, like, girl, my dog is running around like it has no common sense. I'm like, do you not see me on a live? I've trained the dog, the kids, and Marvin, and none of them pay me any attention. Yesterday I heard this lady say everything is figure outable. So we were going to figure it out.
Yeah. And
So
I
you
got
guys,
on my phone
listen,
too.
I'm going to try to manage this. You have what?
I had got on my phone too. I just figured it was better to do it from the app.
Oh, smart. Okay. So I'm hold on one second. Miriam Price. Miriam, get vote for me, okay? Okay, y'all, look, I'm a mom. We own businesses. We got to make it do what it does, okay? So we're super excited today. We're going to be talking about down payment assistance. Y'all, Tiffany is like Aunt Moneybags. Y'all know how the little uncle is on the Monopoly game? But this is the auntie version.
Not at all. You're a mess.
So I'm just gonna so I'm gonna give a quick introduction of her, and I want to shout out Kingdom CDC because they are super incredible and just awesome to work with. And so, hey, Paulette, thank you for joining us. So just to give you just a quick facts about Kingdom CDC. So Kingdom Community Development Corporation, they're located in Spring Lake. I had wanted to put their address up here before we got started, but again, we had to switch over to our live. So what I'll do is while Tiffany is talking, I'll see if I can go add it in the chat section. But their phone number just starting out is 910-484-2722. And that's how you reach Tiffany. Okay, so then Kingdom CDC, they've been in business, I want to say since Jesus was a baby, but at least 25 years doing such incredible work. So anytime you think about down payment assistance, housing counseling, foreclosure prevention, budgeting, credit repair, Kingdom CDC is like what should come to mind. They're also developers. Just an incredible nonprofit headed up by James Carl Manning, who said he was not going to get on camera, but that's okay. He is an incredible leader and visionary. And so I was blessed to meet Tiffany when she started working at Kingdom, but my husband has always spoken highly of her, and she is a certified HUD housing counselor. That matters because if you're not certified, then you're not supposed to be doing HUD housing counseling, right? Keep that in mind. She also is a certified foreclosure prevention specialist. She's a master credit repair specialist. Like she is, I'm telling you, she's Aunt Moneybags, right? So in case you haven't met me, which I think you should have since you're on my page, but I'm Garlinda Price. I'm the broker and owner of Fusion Properties LLC. This is my 13th year in business, and I'm blessed to work the residential market and the commercial real estate market. And so we thought it was important to come here and talk about down payment assistance because there's so much money available. Now, will everybody qualify for all of it? No. But will everybody qualify for some of it? Yes. And so I said, well, Tiffany, we should go live. Like, let's talk about it because she's the expert, right? Let's go live. Let's talk about it and tell people what's out there because I get this question all the time. Is there any down payment assistance? Then when you tell them, yes, there's down payment assistance, then they start freaking out. Well, maybe my credit's not good enough. So we're going to talk about that too. Hey, Michelle Coley. So I just wanted to get the intros out the way. And so, Tiffany, I want you to just share with them what you do at Kingdom. And then let's start talking about, we can start with the $8,000 and go up to the big bucks from there.
Sounds good. So thank you for having me, Miss Garlinda. You know, I absolutely love you. So thank you.
I love you too.
Thank you for having me. And thank you everybody for joining. Do not count it robbery. It is lunchtime. And I know people usually eat at 12 o'clock. But my name is Tiffany Johnson. I am with Kingdom CDC. Kingdom Community Development in Spring Lake, North Carolina. And so here at Kingdom, I am the property manager, and also,
Your volume went down just a little bit.
what about now?
It's a little low.
I hope you can hear me now.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So
and we'll just say too that you guys, if it's choppy, we apologize. The internet reigns supreme. We're gonna do our best to get through it. So bear with us. Love you, mean it.
Definitely.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
So I'm the property manager. Also, I do the pre-purchase counseling with Kingdom CDC. And so, as you said, Kingdom CDC has been in existence 24 years at least. It was not founded by Mr. Carl Manning. It was actually, look, let me tell you this. As soon as I get on live, my cell phone starts ringing off the
It's okay, because look, we're gonna do it regardless. We're gonna talk about money, right?
It was actually founded by church members who wanted to do something good in a community to bring affordable housing to the community. Later on, those group of people appointed Mr. Carl Manning to be executive director. And so it's like they literally passed the baton over to him. And so that's when Kingdom CDC started coming into the spotlight, per se. Mr. Manning has been here now about 21 years. As the executive director, he is our developer, a general contractor, and so on. And so he has built over about 100 and some homes for the community here in Cumberland County. And so we build homes, and also we do the most important thing is the counseling to help people get homes. And then after they get the home, help them to stay in the home if it becomes any type of foreclosure problems.
I love it. And so thank you for clarifying too, because Mr. Manning, like, they do an incredible work there. I call him a visionary all the time, because it takes someone to have a heart to say, we want people to be able to become homeowners, right? Because everyone deserves home ownership. Everyone deserves the opportunity to own a home, but not everybody is willing to do the work to help people get in a home, right? Because sometimes it's not the fastest process. Sometimes it's not the easiest process, but it's necessary. So I commend Carl. I commend you all just for the work that you do there at Kingdom. So now when people, let's just say, let's take them from scratch. Let's say somebody has never owned a home and they decide to come to Kingdom and say, okay, what are my next steps of what I should do to become a homeowner? What's step one? What are my next steps of what I should do to become a homeowner? What's step one?
Definitely. Hold on for a second. I had to reposition myself. Okay. Sounds good. So if you can repeat that question for me.
No worries. So if someone has never owned a home and they're like, okay, I'm ready, right? Because people have to get their mind right. What is their first step if they want to work with Kingdom to start the journey of home ownership?
So definitely the first step should be joining our home buyers workshop. And so once a month, we have a awesome 8-hour home buyers workshop. And so again, we are a HUD approved agency. So it is approved by HUD. The home buyers workshop is sponsored by the city of Fayetteville, who pays for it for us. And so the community is welcome to come out. And so that 8-hour workshop would help you to have the education in the keys on to become a homeowner. And so we start off with the most important thing, goal setting. We want to see where your goals are at. We want to see if you're really, truly ready for home ownership. And then we move over to the budget part of it, right? Because everybody wants a home, but do you really know how to budget, right? Are you budgeting with your apartment? Are you budgeting with your current home? And then we go to credit, because we all know that credit is important in order to become a homeowner. And so creditors are looking at that credit reporting score. And then the last part of the home buyers workshop, we do attaining a mortgage. And so that's actually my part. And so I speak about what mortgage lenders look for. You go to a mortgage company and what you should be preparing yourself for when you go to a mortgage company. And then we end the workshop on life as a homeowner, teaching them just basic information. Because if you have rented all your life, that means that you probably not have been a homeowner. And so we teach them basic information about life as a homeowner and things you should do.
I love it. So with that being said, so James Manning, when he was placed as the executive director there or got that position there at Kingdom, he also was a mortgage lender. So you're working with people that their background is in the expertise of the things that we know you need help with. So when you come to us and you worry about your lender team and like your real estate team and where these people are going to come from, everybody here combined probably has 80 years of experience, right? Even though we're not that old. So let's say now that person has gotten pre-approved and now they're not ready to get pre-approved. They've gone through the home buying class, which is a required class for those that want to use down payment assistance, correct?
Correct. It is a required class for down payment assistance.
Okay. And so after they take that class, now they're ready to actually go through the process. Now, are they looking to get pre-approved at this point to see if they qualify for down payment assistance? What's their next step after they take that class?
Yeah, definitely. So the next step, we always want to encourage the clients to do the one-on-one counseling. The workshop is good. That's a group exercise. The workshop is good. It's a group exercise. It gives you a feel of becoming a homeowner. But that one-on-one counseling actually is where we pull your credit report, where we look at your budget, where we calculate your debt to income ratio. And then we can go from there deciding on which down payment assistance programs would be good fit for you and your family to become a homeowner.
Okay, awesome. And so then what should someone's credit look like? Like in order to say, okay, I want down payment assistance, because it can't be like a certain number or it can't be in a certain place to qualify for North Carolina's down payment assistance. What should their mid score or their best score look like to get down payment assistance?
Yeah, so down payment assistance from the NC Housing Finance Agency, you have to have 2 credit scores or of 640 or higher. That's the requirement, right? And now, Ms. Garlinda, I tell people all the time that is definitely attainable. If you stick with the program, if you stick with the action plan, it's attainable to get the 640 or higher.
Okay. And then what if somebody says, well, I have my own lender, right? And then we're going to talk about the money, but I have my own lender. You know, if I'm coming to Kingdom, do I have to work with your lender? Do I have to work with your realtor? What is that process that they already are coming with like their own team? Like, how do you all work then? What is that process that they already are coming with like their own team? Like, how do you all work then?
Oh, definitely. That's a good question. And so, again, we're a HUD agency. So we do not steer an individual to particular lenders or realtors. Now, we do have lenders who you have to use for the down payment assistance program. And so these are lenders that has participated in the NC Housing participating program. And so those lenders you do have to use for the down payment assistance program. But for Kingdom per se, we don't steer. Now I do give great recommendation because I've been in this business for a while, right? So I give great recommendation and great advice. But never try to steer an individual to come to one particular lender or not.
That's a great point. And so I want everybody that's watching, whether you're a mortgage lender, whether you're a realtor, whether you're a client that already has your team, Kingdom, like she said, is HUD certified. Take your client there, right? You don't have to worry about someone coming to Kingdom or your client going to Kingdom and then trying to take your client or trying to move your client somewhere else. Because if you already have a lender, you already have, if you have a lender for down payment assistance, they have to be certified by the state of North Carolina in order for them to be able to do down payment assistance with you. So I don't want you to think that just because she and I are doing the video, you have to work with us. You can come with your team. And again, I'm going to give the number to Kingdom. It's 910-484-2722. And that's how you reach Tiffany Johnson. So Tiffany, let's talk about the $8,000.
Yeah, so the $8,000 is a great program that a lot of clients receive for home ownership. And so with the $8,000, it's used for the down payment and the closing costs. Again, you have to use a participating lender with NC Housing Finance Agency. And Garlinda, I got to say, one of the most keys that everybody always asks, where do I find these lenders? Who is a participating lender, right? So a participating lender, you have to go on the website for nchousingfinanceagency.com. Go on there and you'll go to the second tab where it says find a lender. And then when you find a lender, you put in your zip code, and it'll give you about 30 lenders or so that is in your zip code that you can use for attaining a mortgage. And so again, that's the wonderful thing. Again, it's no staring. It's that you find the lender that you would like to use, and then you go from there for the $8,000 down payment assistance program.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just copying their web address into the comment section, so then y'all can just copy the link from there. Okay, so when does the not to use terms or lingo, but when do the CPLP funds come in? What does CPLP stand for, and how does that work?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So the CPLP program, Community Partner Loan Pool Program, actually is what it stands for. The CPLP program is for low to moderate income families. And so, of course, we get that question all the time, what is needed for me to qualify for this program? And so the down payment assistance for this program is up to $50,000. And so it's up to $50,000 for the assistance. So it's 25% of the sales price, no more than $50,000 that you can receive for the CPLP program. And again, with this program, you do have to be in a income limit guideline with Cumberland County. And so with that, you can get that information from HUD. What is the income summary? Or you can call the office and I can shoot you over one of the.
I think we lost Tiffany. She might have been trying to raise the volume and it hung up on her. So hold on one second. Let's see if I can go back and get her. But what she was sharing while I wait on her to request to join again was that the CPLP funds up to $50,000, like that is a huge chunk of money. And that money can be used for down payment assistance. It can be used for closing costs. Let me see if I can grab her back and add her back in. And then I hope you guys are taking notes because these monies don't get used up every year. A lot of times people don't even know that the money is available. And one big question to ask is, what do I need to do to put myself in position to be able to get the CPLP funds? Because again, it's based on income guidelines, right? And so it looks like it's trying to add her. So I'm just looking to see. It says she declined the invite. She might be trying to come back on. So hold on a second. So with the, hey, there you are. Look, I was just continuing to talk until you came back.
Okay. I know you had it.
So I know, thank God for both of us together, right, Lord? We made one whole brain.
Right, definitely.
I was just sharing with them with the CPLP funds that a lot of times people don't even know that the money is available. Right. And so this money, I don't want to say it just sits there because I don't know how budgeting works or how the government works with those funds. But what I will tell you is that it's important, like even if you already own a home, share the video, share the information of Kingdom and what they're doing and how they can access this money. Because there are a lot of people that literally don't know that with this down payment assistance, it catapults them into another range of purchase price and purchase power, right? As my friend LaToya Barrett likes to say, she's with I don't want to say it wrong because I know she's with the credit union, but I don't want to name the wrong one. But she was on here with us earlier. And so when you want to know what your purchasing power is, this is how you're able to buy more with, I don't want to say with less because it's not less, but let's give an example. Let's say that you wanted to purchase a $150,000 house. That's kind of hard to find today, right? But let's say you wanted to purchase a $150,000 home and you were able to qualify for the CPLP funds. So that would mean that if you could get up to $50,000, maybe you don't get the max amount, but for our example, we're going to say max amount. Okay. You're pre-approved for $150,000. You could take that entire $50,000, add it to your purchase power, and now you're at $200,000 instead of $150,000. But you're only financing $150,000. I need somebody to hear what I just said, right? It is just the craziest thing. And so, Tiffany, I'm going to let you keep talking about CPLP. I want to ask one question in case I forget to ask it. Can the monies be layered? The $8,000 and the up to $50,000?
Oh, yes, definitely. And with the
didn't I tell y'all she was Aunt Moneybags?
No,
like,
not at all.
Playing.
Not at all. But definitely, I mean, and Garlinda, I will say this: it is a little bit more with the CPLP, but it's worth it. It's worth it to call, get some information. For the CPLP, you do have to go through a nonprofit housing agency. And for this region here, guess who it is? It's Kingdom. And so give us a call and just inquire about the funding for the CPLP. So let's talk about layering. Yes, definitely. This is something that my executive director loves and always likes to do and want to talk about a lot. So you can layer the funds for the down payment assistance program. And so, Garlinda, I don't know if you know yet, and I think you probably do, but we're talking about layering the $8,000 for NC housing. And then we talk about layering on top of that the CPLP funds. And then guess what? The city of Fayetteville just came out with their down payment assistance program in August or July of this year. And so that's our additional $20,000. And I can talk about it because I am working on a client right now who I am layering her funding for her in order to make her home affordable and make her home at the price range where she can afford. And so now you have 3 different down payment assistance programs on top of your mortgage. So you have your regular mortgage, you have the...
Well, wait a minute. Let's not act like you didn't just say up to $78,000. We're not just going to glaze over. I mean, technically, if you can qualify, right?
Right, you got to qualify.
And I know that not everybody will.
Right.
But we're just not going to sideline the fact that you just said that they could qualify. I mean, almost $80,000 if you fall within the income guidelines. And I know that's not easy for everybody to do. And I'm going to let you keep talking, but I just want to ask about the city's $20,000. Now, with that, is and that can be layered on as well. Is that the same guideline for the up to $50,000?
So the city guidelines is that you do have to be in that income bracket that I was talking about earlier, right? Because we are targeting low to moderate income families. And so you do have to be in that income bracket. And also you do have to purchase within the city limits of Fayetteville.
I was going to ask you that. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the up to $50,000, that can be anywhere. The up to $8,000, that can be anywhere. But the city of Fayetteville's up to $20,000 can only be to purchase within the city of Fayetteville.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then this is the good thing. The city of Fayetteville don't have a credit score requirement.
What?
Yes.
They said we're going to get somebody in a house.
Somebody's going to get a house today.
I love it. That is so awesome. Okay, so now what is the income guidelines? Because I know that that's most people's fear after they get over being afraid of their credit report. And you already said it has to be a minimum of 640. And then now they're nervous. Well, how do I know I make enough money?
Yeah,
how do I know if I make too much money?
Yeah.
I should say.
So I'm just going to give you for a family of 4, what is the requirements here for Cumberland County, the limits. So for a family of 4, which is average, you cannot make no more than $53,300 for a family of 4.
Okay. Now, when you say family of 4, so we'll just break it down and dumb it down. Not that doesn't mean 4 people in the family, but let's say if one of those 4 family members is 18.
Okay.
Over the age of 18, how does that work?
Yes. So that's a good question. And so it's household income. Household income. So if the child is over 18 and still living in the home and not working, that is fine. If the child is over 18, still living in a home, but working, we do have to calculate that income because it is household income.
Now, what if it's a child that has disabilities?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know, because let's just say the child's 18 years old and working, but they're maybe labeled disabled. I'm just wondering if that makes a difference or not.
And I would say yes, Garlinda. That's a good question. I have not had that to arise yet, but definitely because it is considered household income, I would say yes. But I will find out that answer for you. That was a good question.
Okay, and then what about, I know you know the answer. She's just messing with me, y'all. And then what?
I want to make sure I'm right.
No worries, no worries. That's awesome. And then what about if the child is in college, like working and in college?
Yeah. So if the child is in college and the child is a dependent for the taxpayer, yes, if they're working, we do have to count the income.
Okay. And is the minimum family size 4 people?
4. For a family size of 4, minimum. You cannot make no more than $53,300. For a family size of 3, you cannot make no more than $48,000 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what if it's 2 people and then 1 person?
Definitely. 2 people is $42,650, and then 1 person is $37,350.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to type that right quick while you're saying it. So I might ask you again. So 4 people is no more than 53,000.
Yeah, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a picture of it right quick, and then I'm gonna text it to you. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Definitely.
So we'll post that. What we'll do, y'all, is we'll do a live post, and it'll have this screenshot that Tiffany is gonna share. Okay, so let's just say someone does make too much money, right? And that means that they wouldn't qualify for the CPLP funds, but they could possibly qualify for the $8,000.
Definitely.
So then, is it the same income guidelines with the $8,000?
It's not. For the $8,000, the income guidelines is more, and so they did increase that guidelines. As I'm thinking right now, it's about 95,000. Could be a little bit more that you can make a year.
Wow.
Yes.
So let me just touch on what she just said, because a lot of times, so in the past, I've been blessed to sell some of Kingdom's properties. And what we do is we have to sell to, these were like ones that they purchased and then they had a tenant and then we put them on the market for them to sell. But because HUD monies were used for those properties, that meant that the person buying it has to fall within the 80% median income guideline. So then those people, when they were called, always thought that it was low income. They always thought it was a HUD-owned property. They always thought it was for poor people. But you just said that somebody could qualify for the $8,000 down payment assistance, making up to $90,000 a year.
Right, right.
So I just want you all to know that these are not programs. Yes, they are affordable housing because we want to make room for affordable housing. The middle class is being squeezed out of home ownership, and working people are being squeezed out of home ownership. That's why we wanted to do this video. But I want to shift the mindset that these are not funds for impoverished people, right? Because I think there's a stigma around that. So I don't want you to think about, oh, well, I would call them, but I make too much money. If you make up the $90,000 a year, you need to call Kingdom, right? Because that's what it's for. It's to be able to bless you with closing costs. I'm going to just share this point about the $8,000. So Tiffany said in the beginning, it could be used for closing costs. So in the state of North Carolina, and we talked about this before when she and I did a housing counseling a home buying workshop, is that most people don't save up money. It's like people wake up and say, I'm going to go purchase a home, like they go buy a car. And then when you say, where are you getting your closing costs from? They're like, I need closing costs? Yeah, right. So what happens is that those costs are actually your loan costs. That's what the lender charges you to borrow their money. So if you're buying in the USDA territory, that means that you don't need as much as somebody else that's buying. Close my phone out. That means that you might not need as much as somebody else, but you roughly need 6%.
Right.
Right. If you're VA, you get to wrap your 3% in, but you still need your own 3%. So when people say, well, where am I going to get the money from? This is where you get the money from. Depending on the house you're buying, you may not even need that full $8,000, but now you have it. You don't have to go ask your mom and dad. You don't have to take out a loan for the closing costs, because that's not going to work. That's going to kick you out of qualification, right? I've had that happen several times. So just to share with you that Tiffany and them are the organization that can help you get the down payment, the closing cost money that you need. If you have the right credit score, you have the budget, you maybe qualify for the $8,000. Now you don't have to wonder where you're going to get the money from. They have the money, right? You just got to do the work. Definitely. So when is your next home, or how often, I should say, how often do you all have the home buying workshops?
Yeah, so we have it once a month. And again, it is paid for by the city of Fayetteville. So the home buyers workshop is free or charge. Free.
If it's free, I'll take 3, right? And can you bring people with you? Like, can you come? Do you have to register?
You do have to register. We have an awesome intake specialist, Ms. Rosalind Haywood. You can call the number that you put on here, 910-484-2722, and ask to speak to Rosalind. She will get you registered. And we ask you to bring your friends, family members, but they do have to be registered. Because one thing I found out with home ownership, and I tell people this all the time, Garlinda, it's a journey. And so while you're on your journey, you don't need to be on that journey alone. You need to make sure you have, people around you that supports you on your journey of homeownership. And so you're welcome to bring your friends. You're welcome to bring family members. Just make sure they register also.
Okay, I'm just putting that in the system. And I love that. Why should we go by ourselves, right? And I think, and one, thank you for your lunch, because I know it's 12:30 now, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time, because you at least will have time to eat on today, right? But I just love how passionate you are about this, right? One, it comes across, but two, I know that this is a passion. I know that it's a passion of Kingdom as well, or they wouldn't have been in business doing this all these years.
Definitely.
So what is one thing you'd love to share before we go, just as maybe a motivation or encouragement to people to say, okay, I may be afraid, but I'm ready. I want to take the next step. What's something that you would say to them?
Definitely. I have that. But let me just say that our next home buyers is the 27th, the 22nd of this month here. And so it would be November. It would be the second Saturday in November, and then the second Saturday in December, because of the holidays. But usually it's on the 4th Saturday each month. And so November, the workshop would be November the 12th. December, it would be the 10th.
Okay, I'm going to type that in. Yep. November 12th and then December 10th.
Yep. And then for this month, it's going to be the 22nd of October.
Okay, go.
Okay, so definitely, Garlinda, home ownership has been a passion of mine. Even before I started in this business with Kingdom Community with Mr. Manny, it just kind of got more exciting putting people in homes. Just to share something with you guys, I was a lender at a local branch, and I remember my passion was for home ownership, for getting people in homes and really touching people. Had inspired me one day, Garlinda. I told my branch manager, I said, branch manager, I said, I'm about to resign. And she said, you're going to resign where? And I said, I'm going to resign from being a loan officer. And she said, where are you going? And I said, I don't know. I said, all I do know is that you see that butterfly outside? And she said, yes. And I said, I need to be free. I need to be able so I can actually touch and reach the people. And so I say that home ownership is a passion, should be a passion of everyone. It should be where you would go outside the box and do whatever you have to do to reach home ownership. Why? Because it's just not for you. It's leaving stability for your family. It's leaving stability, generation wealth, but stable, being stable, having your family stable, having your children stable. And then also, why worry about a landlord when you can be your own landlord? You can take the benefits of becoming a homeowner. So that's what I share with you guys. Go out the box. If it's a passion, if it's something that you want to do, people may not understand it. People may say, oh, you have a nice apartment or you living good. But if you know you want a home, go outside the box and get you a home. You are worth becoming a homeowner.
Oh, I love it. You better preach home ownership. That's what
Not at all.
But I think that's so powerful because one, like I said, your passion comes across, but two, you do such a great work. And three, Kingdom does such great work. And I love that. So you guys, do not be afraid. We know the way, no matter who you work with, right? But number one, we're passionate about it. Number two, we know the way to home ownership. Number three, we know where the money is. Right? Cuba Gooding was the only one with money, right? We can show you the money, right?
That's right.
And so, again, if you have questions, it's 910-484-2722. That's how you reach Kingdom. And I know that Tiffany may get inundated with phone calls. Please allow 48 to 72 hours for a return call. Don't y'all be calling me telling me, I called Tiffany, she didn't answer. They represent at least, 7 counties?
Oh, it's a lot of counties.
It's a lot,
it's a
right?
lot of counties.
So just know that when you reach out to them, they are not ignoring your call. I just want to preface this in advance, right? Because I already know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you guys, let's have some decorum. Leave a voicemail and she will give you a call back. So I would say give her that time span of within that week, you'll get a call back. And then again, just to mention, she said the home buying workshops, you can take a friend, they're free. October 22nd, November 12th, and December 10th. And do y'all hold them there at the Kingdom office in Spring Lake?
Good question. We hold them at FTCC.
Oh, okay.
FTCC. We're at the Center for Business and Industrial, right off of Fort Bragg Road in front of the barbecue hut.
Okay.
And so that's where we're on Saturdays. That's where we hold our workshops. But call here, register. Miss Roslyn will give you all the information.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for all the work and the hard work that you do. Thank you for all our clients you've helped in the past as well, and those you're going to help in the future. Does Mr. Manning want to get on here and say something?
I don't know. Look, I've seen him. Oh, he
was out here.
Yeah, he was.
Did he leave?
He must have left. He says he hears me talking too much, so I can't no more.
Well, please tell him that we're thankful for the work that he does for the community as well. So I will see you guys soon, and you all already know how to reach out. So God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Tiffany, and thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.